Hello.
Morning.
Oh yeah, I'm not do we need to have our video cam on because mine is not working.
Yeah, we do want everyone to have their cameras on today for presentation to the judges.
Okay, because I don't think mine is not gonna work.
Okay, I'm sorry, I can't even see who I'm speaking to
Oh,
because
it's Viraj.
oh, there you are, Viraj. Okay, great. Well, I guess if we don't have a choice, then we have to proceed as is. But I think we wanted everyone to come prepared with their cameras on today.
Oh no, mine is just not working.
Okay. I'll put mine on. So I think everyone can see me. Hi, Amy. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you.
Quick question for you.
Yes.
Do you require the judge's camera to be on the entire time?
Yes, we would prefer so.
Okay, I may have to turn on and off as I am filling out something.
Okay, sure. That's not a problem. I mean, if that's what you need to do, that's fine.
And I love that you call me Amy. It's actually Ami.
Ami. Okay,
Yeah,
pardon
it's
me.
Ami.
Got it.
Thank you.
Okay. Noted.
Hi, Simi.
Hi. Is that you, He-Man?
Yes, yes.
Let's make my screen here so I can see everyone.
Hi, Ali.
Oh, Ellie's joined as well. Hi, Ellie. We haven't met yet.
Hey everyone, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Oh, pretty good, thanks.
Ali was a mentor for us last year.
Yes, right. Christina's mentor.
That's right, it's a good memory.
Yeah, Christina's been chatting with me for the last little while.
Fantastic. Yeah, she's great at reaching out, so glad that she's got all the support to help.
Absolutely.
All right, right on time, 9:59.
Good morning.
Good morning. Is that Gaurav?
Yeah, that's me.
Hi, Gaurav. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Hi, girl.
Hey, Heman, how are you?
Good, good.
I see Trevor's joined as well. Hi, Trevor. How are you?
Good morning. Good, thanks.
Rita, that's just joined as well. Hello, Rita. Welcome. Oh, there you are, Rita. Sounds like somebody has a machine, a washing machine going on in the background.
Yeah, I can't tell who that is.
I think it's Trevor. Trevor, do you have something on in the background?
No,
I'm on mute.
I think this is Ali.
I think it's a clock. It's not a machine. It's a clock.
Oh,
It's not mine.
Oh, it's not Ali. Hi, Rita.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Good, good.
Long time.
Yeah, way too long.
Yeah. Hopefully next year we're gonna do this in person. Let's see.
Cho cậu Polly bé trắng màn lên nhiều nãy.
That's Kyla and Mackenzie. Please go.
Yeah, we can hear you doing your Chinese.
Kyla, you're not muted yet.
Hi, good morning.
Morning, Vic.
Morning, Vic.
Good
I
morning,
think the
Vic.
host. Good morning. I think the host has a power to mute everybody too, right? So
Yeah, but then I'll mute all the judges and stuff too.
no, you can mute individual people.
Yeah, okay. I can do that, sure.
Yeah.
I will do that.
Hi, Sager. We see you've joined. Hello.
Nice beard, Sagar.
Hello, hello. Yeah, work in progress. Getting ready for my wedding later this year, so
Oh,
gonna
wow.
start growing it early.
Congratulations.
Oh,
Thank you.
wow.
That's awesome. Congrats.
Thanks.
Yeah, congrats. And Rita, by the way, we haven't met yet. So hello, I'm Simi.
Just putting myself off mute. Hello, Simi. Nice to meet you as well.
Meet you as well. Oh, and we have Archana and Nirad in the same room today. Yay.
Yes, we are traveling. So
We are actually traveling this weekend. So
We felt bad that you were, one was in the basement and one was upstairs during previous sessions.
I actually like this better in one camera.
You should
let
ask her.
let this not fool you. There is plenty of competitive spirit going on.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly,
wow.
exactly, of course.
That was a very, very good comment. Touche.
I like it. I like it. So judges, I just want to make sure you have your forms ready in front of you. And please, I did update the team names. They are in order of the in the order that the team is presenting. So we'll just go down the list as we go. There's 5 teams presenting today.
Yeah, and I did send everybody an email and I was just going to wait for everyone to log on before. I think we should just make a quick run through and just announce which order that they'll be going in before the teams start.
Sounds good. Samia, you'll do that?
Sure. I mean, I can do that now if we want to take a minute just to.
I'm just waiting for the rest of the team.
Yeah, I don't think everyone's on at the moment.
Yeah.
We have 22 participants.
They're not in the breakout rooms, are they? Maybe that's what let me just check.
I'm not seeing anyone in the breakout rooms. Yeah, I don't see anybody in the breakout rooms.
No, no one's in the breakout rooms. Yeah, it's 21 of us right now.
So I'm just doing a quick scroll through to see who we might be missing.
Hi, Ami. Nice to see you.
So I think we have everyone here. So we have one team that is not going to make it today. So we're actually, there will be only 5 teams presenting today. And just to give everyone a quick snapshot of the order that you'll be presenting in so that you're prepared. We are going to start with Team Bananas, and their business idea is Task X. Team number 2 will be Team Thunderbolt, and their business idea is Uni Assist. Team number 3 will be Team CHC, and their business idea is Fruition. Team number 4 will be Life Lessons, and their business idea is Life Lessons as well. And team number 5 is M Cubed, and their business idea is Ground Up. So I think we'll give it just a few minutes here. I'm going to let Heman do the honors of introducing our esteemed judges today before we get into the session, and then I believe we will start.
Excellent. Well, thank you everyone for joining us today. Can't believe how quickly the past year went. We had well over 35 students register this year, and yeah, it's been amazing. We have had to do it over Zoom, so we are hoping that next year we will go back to in-person events. The dynamic does change a little bit, of course. So, you know, going virtual, we did keep it a little shorter. It was a little harder to connect with the teams. But, you know, we've been learning, and this is our third year pretty much. My third year, and unfortunately, my first year was half in person and half virtual. And then we did 2 more virtual events. So hopefully next time we'll be able to go in person. But with that, you know, I just wanted to say thank you so much to all the mentors. You guys have done a fabulous job of helping our teams out. Thank you so much for, you know, taking the time out of your busy days to be there for our students. It's sincerely appreciated. You guys have spent a lot of time getting us to this point. So thank you for that. Judges, you know, you've done this before. Ali, you were a great mentor last time. Thank you so much for that. Ami, it's so good to have you again as a judge joining us. And of course, Rita, you've been with us from day one. So thanks for all your support that you've brought in for us. With that, I also want to hand it off to Vic. He's been with us, obviously he's the founder of TYE Vancouver, TYE Vancouver. Vic.
Well, thanks, He-Man. Well, I want to, you know, echo exactly what you said. Such appreciation for, you know, the ratio that we have. So 40 kids started in our program this year. And I just reflect on the number of speakers, instructors, mentors, judges that we've had exceed 40. So we're talking in an incredible ratio. So that really shows the power of entrepreneurship and the power of our mandate, which is to foster entrepreneurship. And this is our 11th year. I'm so proud. I'm really, really happy of having a new, energized, recommitted team. He-Man, yourself, and Simi, and Aditi have done, and Gaurav have done some amazing heavy lifting in organizing, and it's shown. And we joked, and we had a little bit of an appreciation dinner, and we joked at how far we've come and how much we've improved. And we planned for next year, our 12th year, and how we're even going to do better. So I'm really excited about that. So the new energy that we have to, you know, our mandate is so powerful that it's still, you know, so relevant, even with 12 years ago, you know, 11 years ago when we started, it was a little different. Entrepreneurship wasn't as cool as it is now, if that's the right word. It wasn't as in focus. There weren't that many groups around. There weren't that many, you know, rock star entrepreneurs. Like every young person today looks at Elon Musk and says, wow, that guy's amazing. So, you know, we got a way bigger audience and desire to know about entrepreneurship, to understand what entrepreneurship is. And that's where I kind of want to end my little, I can go on and on, but I want to end this on the students. Students, this is about you. This is all about you and giving you 2 things. One is a life experience, a life lesson that is so profound, because this is 20 Saturdays of your life. And teamwork, and coming up with creativity, and coming up with ideas, and learning, and understanding where good ideas come from, and knowing the concepts. That is really profound, in the sense that this is one of those kind of experiences that will never leave you. You'll keep coming back to reflecting on people, ideas, a little bit here, a little hunch here from this program for the rest of your lives. That's really cool. And the second thing to the students is be fearless. Use the power of your youth to your advantage. It is so important. When you get old like us now, or me, not many people will actually give you genuine, authentic, unbiased help. When you're young, you get that. So go for it. Seize the day and have a great presentations today. Thanks, Eman. Back to you and Simi. Thank you.
Thanks, Vic. I just have a couple of just housekeeping. Today is May 14, obviously. We're going to do about a 12-minute max presentation. And then we'll do a Q&A session. During that Q&A session, the judges, we want you guys to ask any questions for clarification. Hopefully the teams will support it with other slides or answer your questions as well as they can. And during that period and during the presentation, please do go through the different scoring cards here. There's a scorecard, and provide your feedback in real time. Towards the end, once the fifth team goes and presents, we're going to take probably like a 5-minute break, tally up the numbers, and then announce the winner. So we do want to do this in real time. For those of you who are for the team that does make it to the final competition today, the winner of the team today will make it to our global competition, and you get to compete for $10,000. So this is just for everyone to know that at the end of this, the winning team will submit a 10-minute recording. And on the day of the competitions, the judges will watch that first recording, which is for round 1. And then the round 2 will be a live presentation. Okay, so I just want to make sure the team will cover that. And then, of course, you will connect with your mentors and us in between before the final competition. With that, I want to hand it off to the next team, Task X. And what I'll do here on my end is I'll start a timer once you're ready to go. We do encourage everyone, of course, especially the presenters, to have your cameras on. I believe there's only one person here whose camera is not working, so apologies for that. But all the best, team. I'll let Task X take over. And who's Task X's mentor?
That'd be me.
Sager.
Okay, Sagar, thank you so much for this. All the best, team.
Hi, can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can. You just want to maximize it. Yeah.
For sure.
Perfect.
Okay, good morning, everyone, judges and everyone watching. We will be presenting our business idea today called Task X, where you can explore, immerse, and achieve your goals. Our team. Here's our team. First one is our mentor. He helped us look through our presentation. He gave us a lot of feedback, and we have incorporated that feedback to our presentation right now. And second one, Krishni Chima, is myself. I am in charge of financials for this team. Connor Chai, he's there for the user experience. Stella Zhu, and then we have Shraddha Rajan, and then Ethan Liu for the customer analysis. The problem that we saw here was that high school student wants work experience, but they could not find a lot of existing alternatives. Or even if they could find it, they were really high cost and they were inefficient. And then very few schools offer this work experience, and it's not open to everyone but the students in school. Okay, so here are some of the surveys that we took. And some of the questions that we asked the students were, do you get an opportunity provided while you're in high school? And which will get you work experience before graduation? And most of them answered no. And then the other question that we asked, would you use an organization or a website that provides you work experience before graduation? So this basically concludes that high school students really want work experience, but they're not getting it due to the lack of opportunity.
So our mission is to provide high school students with work experience while exploring their careers of interest and preparing them for their dream job. And our solution is to provide hands-on work experience with supervision from professionals and connections with businesses for real work experience. So, and yeah, here's our website, the homepage of our website, and also the form that applicants would fill out to join our database. So an example of the position we will match students with could look a little bit like the situation of Jack, who is in the middle of his placement supervised by a carpenter in the construction industry. Each week on Mondays and Wednesdays, he spends 4 hours with his supervisor, James. Most of the time is spent on the site where he observes James systematically organizing the team and manipulating tools. Jack is also able to receive some training while on site, learning skills specific to that position. Also, he occasionally visits James at his office, where he observes the other side of construction work, the planning and admin work. This goes on for 3 months, giving him plenty of exposure to a proper work environment while continuing with his high school studies and 48 total hours of work experience.
Now let's look at our target customers. To be accepted into our database, we ensure that students are ready to learn, eager to explore, and committed to the process. We are also starting with students aged 16 to 18, the age group that is most in need of these opportunities. Now let's look at some examples of students that could come to TaskX. Undecided Ulysses. He has tried out a couple of jobs in the past as a cashier at his local grocery store. He wants more exposure to the work environment in fields other than customer service. He's not too sure which career he wants to go into yet, but he has the desire to try out new things. He's interested in sports and science, so he's thinking of exploring a physiotherapy position. Curious Christie. She's a student in her final year of high school. She has no work experience in the past, but has a mindset on becoming a nurse. She is ready to fully commit to their career, but wants a taste of it before going all in. So, as for our businesses, we look for committed organizations who have professionals ready to engage with our students and have the full ability to immerse students in a specific work environments. This ensures that students will be able to make the most out of this opportunity and will have a valuable experience.
The journey begins with the student signing up on a website where the student selects their general field of interest. Once they pick the specific placement they're interested in, the student will provide their resume to ensure that they are suitable. Once guardians sign the consent form, the student is ready to begin this task, as we like to call them. Throughout the designated number of months, according to the task, students will complete the number of hours in the work environment agreed upon, becoming immersed in the work environment of their choice and working under supervision of a professional in their field of interest. We earlier mentioned an example for the total hours and duration of possible placement, which was 48 hours over 3 months, which breaks down to around 4 hours per week. Finally, the student will receive a certificate that shows that they've done their work, which they can put on their resume for their career. So our engagement strategy has 3 parts. First, we will connect with businesses through emails and phone calls. Next, we will continue to build our social media presence in order to attract more customers, students, and businesses alike. And the last part of our engagement strategy is to balance out the two-sided market to connect students to reach an exponential growth in student customers.
Cost structure. This is our cost structure. We are planning on to estimate the courses from $100 to $250. And if the students wish to have some other additional courses, they can pay from the cost that ranges. And the cost that each organization that we will be providing us is $150 to be a member with us. And if the organizations wish to provide any sponsorships for the students after graduation, they could return as alumni. Here is our revenue model. So for year one, we're planning on to have about 500 students that sign up with us. And the total revenue is the sum of the course fees and then the employers that they will be, the fees that they will be providing. And then the other one is the research and development and cost of goods sold. And then we may sum that up and got our total expenses. And then the gross profit and loss is the subtraction of the total revenue and expenses. As you can see that we're going in loss for the first year due to the research and development cost as our company is new. But then year 2, 3, and 4, we will be in a constant profit because we won't need that much money for research plus development. Market sizing. For market sizing, we will be looking in year one, we'll be looking at 500 students, and that will be basically covering Lower Mainland. And then we have year 4. This way we will make TaskX open to British Columbia, so all the students can get this opportunity provided.
So the largest competitor that we had was a program called WEX. WorkX is a company that is like offered to several school districts. Alberni, Delta, and many other school districts are part of this, and it's offered to the grade 12 class. Our strengths are that we are highly personable and can be customized according to the students' needs. And we're also accessible to students everywhere. The competition strength is that they are influence and they have influence and reach over their students. And their weaknesses are if their course or program isn't popular enough, they could be shut down. And our weaknesses are if the company and our customers' interests don't match up, we could lose the interest of our market. Some opportunities that our company has is by having students who have bought our app to speak to students in high school as alumni. And our competition has opportunities to work as if they were more accessible to everyone, they would have been more successful in their mission. A major threat that we face is that we could end up losing our market if they do end up expanding or make the course mandatory, but they are threatened by our easy to access features and our affordability. So in this graph, we can see that ours is mostly like online and it's affordable, while our other competitors are offline and range from affordable to expensive. So with being online, it's much more of a benefit because especially after COVID-19, online is more comfortable for most people. And here we have our main competitors, I guess. We have FSWAP, which is Federal Student Work Experience Program, WorkBC, RBC, and independent internships, as well as us. Our category is the only one that caters to affordability, flexibility, and accessibility. So, which is why our company does better in such.
Okay, so here are some quotes from the people who have used our Instagram pages and our website, and all of them said that they would take TaskX as a great opportunity to flourish their skills and the interests that they have. As we can see here, one of the example that TaskX is a great opportunity to flourish my skills and look into my interests. And this way, I could find a career that I could excel in after graduating high school. This is a grade 12 student. She is unsure of what she wants to do in her career, but then with our course, she can explore more settings. And then she is leaning more over to dentistry or something like that. So she could definitely come in our course and do that. Okay, thank you for listening. And we will answer any questions.
Thank you, Coach Neat. That was a very well-timed team. You were at 10 minutes there. Judges?
Hi, everyone. This is Ali here. Team TaskX, great job. Thank you for walking us through that presentation. Sounds like there's a real need from students for what you have to offer. I really liked some of the quotes that you had to share and the results of the survey that you had. One question for you. I'm curious how many businesses you had an opportunity to speak with about the idea and what their feedback was to you as being individuals and organizations bringing students on board.
Okay, so there was one organization that we contacted before. That was Crime Prevention City. These are the people who target for like early education for police officing. All the high school students that want to. They were like, we're happy to share, but because they like this idea of going through an organization that will provide them more people to work with them, and that will also build their social media presence, and they could have like more people work for them in the future.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions, anyone?
I have one.
Okay.
So per se, the students are, say you have 50 or 200 at once.
Okay.
How do you ensure that the quality of their training will prepare them for life? And the partner that you, or partners that you are sending them to, or the match you're sending them to, how do you ensure that the quality is something that the students truly need?
Okay, so as you can see in our target customer slide for businesses, we have the requirements that we need for the organizations to meet up so that we could provide a quality experience to our students. And then the students who will, they will get the quality of experience if the organizations are pretty professional. And then the students are the people who come in and who are eager to learn. So they will sign up with us, and then we will provide them those professionally and well-developed organizations that we have found for them. So we will ensure by this, and we also have some surveys that we will take out after their work experience course is completed to ask them the feedback. And if there is some type of negative feedback, we could always change some of the things in our company, something like that. I can't hear you.
I think you're muted, sorry.
Hami, you're on mute.
Okay. Follow-up question. How do you ensure when the partners did not follow your criteria? What is your next move?
Our next move is definitely going to be like inquiring about what is wrong, as we already taken the surveys, and if we find any negative comments or something, we could always ask them politely of what is really happening, and or we could send some people from our organizations to observe how students are really working there, so that we could take some notes on it, and then confront them on things. Yeah.
Okay, so my turn, guys. First, I want to say, take a deep breath. You did it. You finished the presentation. So yay, congratulations. I can see a tremendous amount of work was done. So, great job. One of the things that I like to understand a little better is the risk pieces. So when you're talking about students, when you're talking about organizations, when you're talking about having them go into their admin side and learn a little bit more on that, that's a lot of heavy private and confidential information. So making sure that you have that secured from all sides. I saw a parent consent form, which was great in your presentation, but also make sure that you're protecting the privacy of the students. You have steps in place should something go wrong. And those are just called SOPs, which you just start building as you start learning and growing your business. Can you go back to the revenue slide for me? Let's start breaking this apart a little bit. Help me to understand. All right, so we have 500 students, and how did you collect that number? Let's start with that.
Okay, so I collect that number. That is just an estimate, like for the whole year, 500 students will sign up.
So where is that assumption coming from?
That is from like the surveys that I have taken. There are over 50 students, but then what I was thinking, if there's 50 students right now who are willing to do it, then that is just in like over a course of the survey. But then in a year, then there would be more people. Like we have our Instagram page, and many students are active on that. So it will definitely bring us more people. And then we have a website where people can sign up. We're going to be calling some schools that could be happy to like patch up with us, and then we got like the whole lower main island where we could call students and who really want to sign up for these type of opportunities.
Okay, great. And so how did you come up with your number for your course fees?
Okay, so for that one, course fees, we came up with around 100 to 250. We came up with that because there's a lot of, if a student wants to go into carpentry, like we have in our example, then that does cost a lot of money too. And then supervision also does cost a lot of money. Therefore, for heavy duty type of works, they will need to pay more. And then if they're going into a more lenient type of course, then we will definitely lower the prices.
Oh yeah, and also it's also dependent on the length of the course, because depending on like the business, they can provide different lengths. So for example, in that example, we had around 3 months, but then it can also go anywhere from like 1 month to 6 months, depending on the business.
Got it. Got it. So going back here, your cost of goods and, your SGA, how'd you calculate those? Do you have a breakdown of that somewhere?
Yes, for that one, we went through how research plus development will take a lot of money in the first year. As we're a new company, we're also online and in person, which will be computer costs and then internet, then connections, calling people will take, advertisement will take a lot of money. Therefore, we're going in loss in the first year. But then as we're growing, we already have those resources from year one. Then we could use some of those resources in year two. And we already have a market base and foundation built in year one. But then even if we are in loss for year one, we will get that profit and we could use those mistakes to learn. And then year 2 and 3 and 4 are going to build up on that base.
Okay, so I'd slow the roll on the profit by second year. Usually give yourself a good couple of years to get yourselves going on that, unless we got some strong traction. And I don't see like the complete understanding of everything. Going back to what Ami had said earlier, when you have different organizations saying, sure, we'll take work experience, we need to set up protocols and understanding, and should there not be the right fit, et cetera, and make sure that both students and employers are getting what they need out of it. So thanks, guys, for that. Any other last comments you wanted to share? That's it. Nothing else? You should ask each one of the judges to say, would you like to sign up? That's one of the first things you should hit us up with. You're allowed to have fun, guys. You're allowed to have fun. Take a deep breath.
All right. Good job, team. Well done. Simi, you want to introduce the next team and along with the mentor?
Yeah, so team number 2, we have Team Thunderbolt, and their business idea is UniSyst. We have 3 team members, Lan Lee, Ria Agarwal, and Ivy Lee, and their mentor is Archana Chaudhry. So Lan, Ria, and Ivy, if you'd like to come forward and start your presentation, good luck.
Thank you. Okay. I just want to check if everyone can hear me okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyone hear me?
Yes, Ivy, we can hear you.
What about you, Ria?
Hello?
Hi,
Yeah.
Ria.
Okay. We are good to go.
Excellent. Good luck, team.
Thank you.
It's loading. Give me 1 second. Oops.
Okay. So, good morning, judges. Our team is UniAssist. Our name is simple as it explains our mission through our app and lives up to our motto, putting your education needs first. Here, let's meet our team members. This is Ivy, our data collector, Lan Lee, HR and Finance, and Ria Agrawal for product and service design.
By this time of the year, our team members have either applied to a university or will be going to in a few years. The application process to universities is surely difficult since we all have a problem in common. It takes a lot of time in order to find out what universities require and expect from our application. In our schools and communities, there are a lot of students who are like us, people who don't know what they need to do in order to prepare for university. Here, allow me to quote one of the students we asked. It was really hard for me to apply to my university because the school's website doesn't show me everything I need in order to apply and successfully get in. In other cases, there are students who express their frustration after not being able to apply to their preferred major because they did not meet the school's requirements due to the vague or unclear information displayed on the school's website. In worst cases, students might lose their opportunity to apply because they missed a deadline.
School boards have foreseen this issue and have assigned counselors to assist students, especially in grade 12s, to prepare their paperwork for university. However, this possesses high school students to other two obstacles. There are not enough counselors for each school, and these counselors are not as familiar with preparing paperwork as university students who just went through this process. In a research by the government of British Columbia during the 2019 to 2020 school year, there are a total of around 44.5 thousand of students who will be graduating from high school in BC. Those students, over 50% continued their post-secondary education, which made these number 22,000 grade 12 students who went through university and college. In each school, there are approximately five counselors for all grades, but only 2 for grade 12 students. It can easily be seen that the high demand for counseling cannot be fulfilled by students by the small number of counselors provided in selected schools.
Our team wants to help out. We want to improve the start of the journey to university for all high school students, and that is how UniAssist came along. Now, let me guide you through our product overview. Our primary focus is to prioritize the student interest as well as their well-being by connecting them with mentors that will assist them in reaching their professional goals. To start off our business, we have talked to 6 first-year university students. Within those number, we already have 3 students who are currently in UBC, SFU, and U of T who share their interest in helping out. UniAssist allows students to fill a form provided by the app that asks students with their basic information, school, and preferred service plan. Our app will also provide university requirements and additional features such as task reminders and progress bar. Ria will go into this further later on. Our team wants to focus on universities and colleges in British Columbia, and we will expand our scale nationally and internationally. Now, let us guide you through the market and competition section, which introduces us to Ivy.
We would like to work alongside with school districts as well as independent school associations to provide these resources to their students. Doing this will benefit both us, the provider, and the student, as well as the consumer. Working with school board will expose us to a tremendous amount of customer, as there will always be a demand of consulting for high school students. To the school boards, partnering up with us reduce their time spent finding university counselors, and at the same time, they will gain profit from on sharing revenue. To students and parents, our consumers, our app is simple, effective, affordable, connects them with mentors. Last but not least, it acts as a learning opportunity. We learned that while applying to post-secondary education, it is not only the students who are new to the process, but their parents as well. Let's take Lynn's parents, for example. She has an older brother who recently applied to university. Since none of her family member has applied to university in Canada before, they had to hire a private mentor. If UniAssist were to exist, it will have been able to help her parents to fortune, and that is actually why the parents would prefer our service over other method of consulting.
In fact, we surveyed 107 grade 11 and grade 12 students throughout 3 different schools. We asked them if they saw the need for UniAssist and if they would even bother using it at all. Here are the results. 89% of students said yes, they do see the need for the service, while only 11% said they do not. Next, we surveyed school counselors, teachers, and staff about whether this is something they would invest in for their students. 90.5% said yes, while 9.5% said no. From this data, we can conclude that there is a desperate need for UniAssist. Now that we have talked about what UniAssist is and how big we want to expand our service, we'll show you a mock-up of our app.
Welcome to UniAssist. Let's sign in. Once signed in, you'll be taken to your homepage. Your homepage has an overview of your tasks and different categories. Let's click your daily progress. Your daily progress will be tasks that you have assigned for yourself and wish to complete. In the top corner of this page, you will see a logo for UniAssist. This will take you to your profile. You can click the Home button to return to your homepage. On your homepage, in the top corner is a search button. Once click the search button, you will have a search bar come up. Through the search bar, you can search up your university of choice. By clicking on the university, it will take you to a page showing all of their programs and their topics. By clicking on one of these programs, you'll be able to access all the requirements for that program. Now, let's go back to our homepage. Beside the overview button is a Contact a Mentor button. Let's click that. This button will take you to your messages with mentors from different universities. You have a message from a UBC mentor. As you can see, the student asked for resources and the mentor was able to provide. Now, let's try to find a new mentor. At the bottom of this page, there is a button that says Find a New Mentor. By clicking this button, a page will come up in which you only have to give your first and last name, what you are interested in pursuing, and the school that you are or will be going to. Let's choose Western University. When you click on Western University, mentors from that school will come up. You can choose the mentor which you feel will best fit your needs. From here, we can go back to our homepage and in the top corner, click the Logout button. And this is our app for UniAssist. Welcome to UniAssist.
Thank you. So lastly, let me guide you through our plan for the next 5 years, both as a company and financially. During the first year of operating, our mentors will be signing a contract that allows them to work without a paycheck and will get paid double the next year. After our first year, we would have had our revenue up and be able to pay our mentors $25 an hour. Additionally, to pay the paycheck and to shared revenue, there's the background check process for every individual, which is $25 each in Canada. Therefore, UniAssist would charge clients $40 an hour. Looking at the table, after a year, we are expecting to recruit 50 first-year university students who are working at an average of 3 hours a day, 5 days a week. We will also expect around 15,000 customers, high school students, and parents from BC. As you can see in our table, we are expecting to pay our mentors $975,000 a year, but in return, we are expecting an income of $1.8 million from our customers, cutting off our expenses in developing and sharing among our shared revenue. UniAssist is expecting to make a profit of around $412,000 after our first year of operating. During year 1 and year 3, we are planning to expand our service to highly populated provinces in Canada, like Ontario, Quebec, and Saskatchewan. After 3 years of operation, we will be expecting 500 mentors, 97.5 thousand customers, and 969,000 in profit. By year 5, UniAssist would have successfully expanded into the American market, especially in highly populated states like California, Texas, Florida, and New York. Expanding our service into such highly demanded population makes us bring our staff number to 2,000 mentors, exposes to 372.36 thousand customers, and our profit is therefore around $2.8 million. To summarize, by the end of year 5, we have successfully expanded our service nationally within Canada and highly populated states in the USA. Our net profit would be around $4.2 million. Now that I've done with our business financials, Ria will help us conclude our presentation.
So in conclusion, due to the lack of university counselors at high school, not only in BC, but in Canada, there is a huge demand for counseling amongst high school students. With UniAssist, high school students will be connected with suitable first-year university students who will take on the role of counseling and aid them during their application prep. Our teams will work alongside school board to promote our business with universities vet possible mentors. In return, they get a share of our revenue. And by the end of year 5, we would be expecting a net profit of $4.2 million. That is it for our pitch. This is UniAssist, and thank you, judges, for your time.
Thank you.
All right, good job, team. 11 and a half minutes. Very well done. Judges?
Sure, I can go first if there's no questions first for others. Thanks, team, for that presentation. Question for you around your go-to-market. Can you talk a little bit about how you plan to go to market? How do you plan to acquire your customers and the process around that? And maybe you can start off with that.
Okay, I can take over that question. So we have actually thought about that, and this is how we would promote our product. So we have mentioned before that we are going to work alongside with school boards and universities. So for this, we would work with school boards. So in order to get customers, we would use the school's newsletter and announcements in PTAs, which means the PTAs is basically the parents' like conference. And another way to promote our product is through social media.
All right, thanks for that. Can you also share what assumptions you may have made around your pricing for your target customers, and what validation you've had as a result of that?
So just to make clear of your question, is that you were asking how did we come up with these numbers?
Yeah, at a high level, I would love to understand, how you came up with the pricing that you did for these customers, and what validation you may have had to understand whether that price is sustainable and what the willingness to pay might be from your customers.
Okay, so on our mentors end, I know a lot of students, first-year students, who are willing to take mentoring job opportunities which only pays around $16 an hour. So for us, if we pay $25 an hour, they would definitely work with us. For the charge of for our customers, which is $40 an hour, we were thinking about how $25 for our mentors, and then 20% of that for our development, and then 30% for our partners. And then, but at the same time, we also need to do a background checkup for like our mentors before working with us. So that will bring and we also need some profit. So that will bring us around $40 an hour.
Okay, and just to clarify on the number of students, that's the total number of students that you have in years 1, 3, and 5. Sorry, I can't see the font; it's a little bit too small.
Oh, sorry. Here. Sorry about that.
Because you mentioned there's about 22,000 students who are graduating from high school.
Oh yeah. There.
Okay. So are those? So if you go back to the slide that you were on just previously.
Yeah.
Is it fair for me to assume here that in year 5 you will have you're estimating 372 students or so to use your platform?
Oh, this is.
Or is it in thousands?
Yeah, it's in thousands.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right, I'll yield to some of the other judges for their questions.
Does any other judges have any questions?
Yeah, no, good job, guys. Congratulations on completing your presentation. You can also breathe a sigh of relief. I know how hard it is to get through this, but congrats. I really liked how you put your presentation together. The flow was great, and I really like you showing me your app as well. It was really nice to be able to visualize that, so I can see a lot of effort going through here. I think I'm going to just go into the understanding of, you said you wanted to pay your partners. So you're paying the universities some of your funds?
Yes, so we are thinking about working with school boards and universities. So the reason why we work with school boards is to promote our service. And the reason we work with universities is to vet our mentors. So basically, if we work with universities and we say that, so we would like to have some of your first year university students, can you like, to make it more, I would say, legal or kind of like,
Right. So you're
yeah.
asking them to take care of the due diligence process for you.
Yes.
So it's
Yeah.
off your shoulders. I got
Mhm.
it.
Yeah.
But are you not also helping them recruit students for their school?
Yeah.
So are you not then generating revenues or potential revenues for them? Yes, the answer would be yes. And then if you're generating revenues for them, you're also going to give them further funds? Or is it just for the vetting process? Or is there something you could consider with the universities and say, perhaps there's something that we could work on together based on X number of referrals to
Mhm.
you? Could you support us in other ways as well, like promotion or other things?
Yes.
So look to your partners for other things. But if I'm sending over, 500 students to a university that they may not have had access with or for before, because you're helping them do the process properly, perhaps they might be incentivized to help you a little bit more, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll leave it at that. Thank you, guys. Good job.
Thank you. So is that all the questions from all the mentors? Or does anyone have any other questions? Okay, so I think that is it from the mentors. Thank you everyone for listening. And that is it for our presentation.
Thank you so much.
Team Thunderbolt, that was a great presentation. Again, we reiterate the judges' comments. You did a great job. So congratulations. Thank you for that. Now moving on to team number 3 for the presentation, we have team CHC and their business ideas fruition. And we have team members Jean Chen, Jack Shaw, John Wu, and Josephine Heiliger, and their mentor is Neeraj Chaudhry. So Team CHC, if you'd like to come forward and set up your presentation, good luck to you.
Just want to confirm that all the students received the YouTube link. In case you want to forward it to your parents or anything like that, I had emailed it about half an hour before the presentation. So feel free to forward that to your friends or family if you need to. We are live on YouTube, by the way.
All right, how are you guys doing?
Perfect, we can see it.
Great.
Great.
And you guys can hear us as well. That's perfect. So I'm just going to get started with the timer out.
All right, good luck, team.
All right, judges ready? Looks good. All right, good morning, panel. We're Team CHC, and we're here with a new product that captures a wide range of the market, fruition. We're excited to show you what we're about. Let's get right into it. So first, we're going to go through our agenda for today. Gina, if we could get a slide. The first, we're going to go through our introduction of our product. We're going to go through the background, how we got here. We're going to talk about how we beat out all the existing alternatives in the market. We're going to talk about our own product and our implementation, and then finally we'll conclude the presentation. But first, let's get into our team. I'm John on the left there. We also have Josie, Jean, and Jack. And last but not least, we also want to shout out our great mentor, Nirad, who is a huge help in all our preparations, even up to last night. It's been great working with you. So next slide then. We're presenting Fruition. So Fruition is going to be the high level concept is a K-cup. If you've ever seen a Keurig machine, you slap the cup into the machine, it pokes a hole in the top and it makes whatever drink is inside. We're expanding this and we're hoping to expand it into the market for fruit tea. And fruit tea is a drink that is widely revered amongst, for example, the Asian population. So Fruition really is a new way to enjoy your drink. It's a new use for your Keurig machine, and we think it's going to deliver uncompromising quality and lasting convenience. So we're really proud to bring this up. So our background, a couple things that we've noted in making this. First, there's high pricings. So if you look at, actually, Jean, I'm not sure where you're going right now. Can you just switch? Can you switch back to the slide 5? That would be one after this. Thanks. Inconvenience. Sorry about that, guys. But there's a huge inconvenience in the market right now of having to purchase fruit teas because it really is only available in certain specialized shops, and it's unlike instant coffee that can be made at home. A lot of people love the convenience of having a Keurig machine at home, making coffee on the fly, and having that convenience all the time. And as you can see on the chart on the right here, we did a survey with a sample size of over 80 students from across the Lower Mainland. Over 60% said it wasn't very convenient for them to go out and purchase fruit teas right now, especially in times like this, especially when people aren't very keen about going out. People lead busy lifestyles, and it's important for us to recognize that. Next slide. There's also two other issues. There's high pricings. Fruit teas are expensive beverages already, and using delivery services furthers these expenses. There's also no existing alternatives, as we're going to get into. Either they're low in quality or they aren't reputable, and we think we can change that by working with the very reputable Keurig brand. As you can see at the bottom of the page here, there is a testimonial. One of the people who filled out the survey said that being able to make this at home would be a healthier and financially better option, and we're proud to be able to bring that to the market. Let's move right into the alternatives. Josie will take care of that for you.
Right. So for alternatives that exist right now, there's bubble tea shops. So bubble tea shops do sell a lot of different types of fruit tea, but it's really inconvenient to have to go to the shops, and they have extremely high prices, which become even higher if you choose to have your bubble tea delivered to you. There's also instant fruit teas, which can be found on a few websites, but those websites aren't reputable, and the bubble tea, the fruit tea that you're buying is going to be most likely low in quality or very low in ratings. So we're going to move into what our product is. Our product is Fruition, and our slogan is that convenience shouldn't be a compromise. When we started making our product, our goals were to create a product that doesn't currently exist in the market, to create something that's quick and convenient, to make something more eco-friendly, a more economical substitute for current options like all the plastic packaging that comes with bubble tea and fruit tea and stuff, and to add quality to the convenience aspect of our product. And now I'm gonna pass it on to Jean, who's gonna continue with the description of our product.
All right, so our product is using the existing well-known Keurig machine ecosystem. As John has explained before, you basically plop a K-cup into a Keurig machine and it will do the job for you by pressing a few buttons. Our product will also contain a curated selection of flavors, so flavors that are popular and suit the needs and likes of our consumers. Our consumer will also be able to make the fruit teas at the comfort of their own homes with the minimal efforts. It is also an environmentally friendly alternative and will work closely with locally based manufacturer of eco-friendly K-cups. Now looking at our channels. So our main channel will be through online shops, including but not limiting to Shopify stores and Amazon platforms. We will then be expanding to local stores in areas of high demand, for example, cities with high Asian populations or locations where teenager, our main target demographic, is likely to go to. Nevertheless, no matter what channel, the brand identity will be upheld and our product will be handled with professionalism and the finest quality for our customers. So speaking of that, I will now pass it on to John to talk about our customers.
Right, so we looked at our target audience and our customer profile. Firstly, we think our target audience will own a Keurig machine to start. And just in the US alone, that's a market of over 33 million people. So this infrastructure is clearly already in the market, and it's likely to continue to be. They're either going to be an existing consumer of fruit teas. So various data sources estimate this market at $2.4 billion worldwide, estimated to grow at an 8 to 10% continuous annual compounded annual growth rate. And this is especially true in Asian communities globally who want to have this experience. Or it could just be someone who simply wants to try something new outside of the current coffee and tea Keurig portfolio. When you have a Keurig machine and all you can drink on the daily is coffee and tea, you might want to switch it up and have a little bit of fun. I think people who use Keurig machines probably want some of this flexibility and new product possibilities. So we have two customer profiles. Firstly, we have explorative Ethan, who owns a Keurig machine and wants to try new drinks and make the most of his machine. He's likely to go out and buy something and see if it's going to work out for him. That's some of the first customers we can be able to target. Secondly, there's nostalgic Natalie, an immigrant from an Asian country where fruit tea is popular. We think that it's very likely that she wants to seek convenience and she wants the comfort of being able to make that drink at home. Let's move on to the next slide.
All right, thank you, John, for talking about customers. I will now be talking about the implementation of our product. Just let this slide load for a little bit. All right, so our product. The implementation in the first quarter, we'll be delegating the team members to work on the project. Then tapping into second quarter, we'll be collaborating with co-packers to launch the product and create the product. During that time period, we'll also be creating marketing materials, finalizing our website, and launching our marketing. Our finance and budgeting team will then span through quarter 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, as seen on this table right here. This will ensure that our finance is rolling according to plan throughout the years. We'll then be establishing focus groups to define our key flavors and quality enjoyed by our customers. Looking at the second half of this table, we'll be launching marketing campaigns and collaborating with influencers to guarantee the popularity. And lastly, we'll be responding to marketing campaign at the end to revise and alter our key flavors to always accommodate the taste and needs of our consumers. Now looking at our risks and mitigation. So we realize that there are still many risks that can come with this product. For example, failing to appeal our target demographic, which has a very low likelihood, but a medium severity. Our mitigation for this is establishing focus groups, as mentioned before, to identify key flavors and quality. Our second risk is the lack of publicity, which has a medium likelihood and a medium severity. Our mitigation for this is following social media strategy and trends, also collaborating with influencers. Our last and final risk is the creation of plastic and waste, which has a very high likelihood considering the nature of K-cups. The severity is also high, and our mitigation for this is to use eco-friendly alternatives for our K-cups. For example, not using plastic, but rather collaborating with local eco-friendly K-cup machine users. Now I'll be passing it on to Jack to talk about expenses and cost structures.
So our expenses have been broken down into two things: one-time payments and monthly payments. Our branding is a one-time payment, and our design will be already pre-made via Fiverr or another third-party source. A monthly payment will be Google AdSense, which will be $500. The domain, which will be $2.50 monthly. And our website will be using a Shopify plan that's $103. Our way of shipping to the people will be a $40 fulfillment by Amazon service. Our cost structure. The cost of our K-cups will cost 15 cents and our co-packers will be 20 cents. This will equal $8.40 per 24 K-cups. Our shipping fee will be $2 per box, and that means our total cost will be $10.40. If we sell one box for $18.50, we'll have a gross profit of $8.10, or a 43.7% gross profit margin. For our projected growth, our first year we're projected to do $145,000, or just 40 boxes a month, or 14,000 boxes a year. If we look on this chart, which is just the average forecasted revenue growth for a startup business, in 3 years' time, we should have a $1.3 million revenue, or around 13,000 boxes sold, or 134,000 boxes sold. Our profit, if we look at some key numbers, $270,000 will be our initial sale of the first year. which will be a measly 6.4% profit margin. But if we look in 3 years' time, we'll have a 2.4, almost $2.5 million revenue, which will have a almost 40% profit margin. I'll pass this off to John for some final words.
All right, great. Thanks for sticking through the presentation. Now, Jean, if we could just roll the slide one more time. There's a couple things about Fruition that we like, and there's a couple of things about Fruition that we think you guys are going to like. The first is that Fruition is unique. Fruition is a new product on the market and something that's never been done before. Second, it has huge existing markets to tap into. The Keurig market is a big one. There's 33 million people who use that market. There's an increasing number of immigrants to Western countries who want to have the same comforts as they used to have at home. And Fruition can gain appeal through specific marketing structures. We know that there's people who are going to influence in order to make it happen. We know that we have a huge upscale brand identity and an eco-friendly narrative. We also know that we have costing structures that are going to make our product viable. These are all things that make us extremely proud about our product. And we believe at the end of the day, convenience shouldn't be a compromise. Thank you. Choose Fruition. At this point, we'll be completely happy to take questions.
Good job, team. 11 and a half minutes. Well done. I like the outfits, by the way. Very, very sharp.
Great business.
Thank you. Judges?
I'll go first. Well done, team. Well done. The way that you're presenting, you really, I can sense that you practice and practice a lot, and there's the cohesion amongst the team. So thank you so much for doing that. Questions for you. Where do you source your products? And ensuring the quality of it. And then my second question is, who are your current competition or competitor?
Cool. I'll answer both of those questions in turn. Firstly, we're going to be seeking to work with a lot of local manufacturers and a lot of local producers. Given that fruit tea is already a higher brand and higher quality, I think people are less price sensitive when it comes to things like this. So we've identified companies here in Vancouver that make eco-friendly K-cups. And as for what goes into them, we know that there's going to be collaborations with high-end tea companies. So for example, David's Tea, companies that are already well established in the market. And then we're going to be putting in high-end fruit syrups in order to make the taste happen. Fruit syrups we know are better than the current powder that is used in a lot of instant alternatives because of its added flavor and because it's also healthier than those products. To answer your second question, which I believe was about our current competitors, as we showed in the alternative slide, essentially there are none that take the same approach as we do because we give convenience, but at the same time, we also give a lot of quality. And that quality is something that sets us apart. And I think it's something that really distinguishes us in this market specifically, because the market for fruit teas, etc., is something that is not particularly price sensitive. So we don't need to compromise on the price in order to make a lot of high quality products. And I think it's that way we're able to gain a higher customer base than simply instant fruit teas. And I think that's something that we can really capitalize on.
Hey team, great job. At least your turn is now done. So good job on all of that. I liked your presentation. I also liked the flow as well. I had a question. I think you said that there's not many people doing this right now. Is that what I heard?
Correct. There's a market that's currently underserved.
Okay. Because I just went online and I found about 5 different companies that are doing this.
Right. They're selling them in person. And those, as we said in our slide, they're either very high in delivery fees or they're high in price.
Okay, so you can get it on Amazon and have it delivered for fruit teas. You can get it on Amazon and have it delivered right to yourself, right? So
right, you would have high delivery fees and the quality would not be as good as what we promised you.
Okay, so again, it goes back to the quality then. So if you're going to pitch quality as your key piece, I love the idea of working with local suppliers because there are a lot of great tea companies. And then they could then in turn promote your brand and assist you with that. What about talking to Keurig or talking to companies that will be using these K-Cups? Have you guys had any thoughts on that?
Right. We've looked at, and I think our mentors last week mentioned this as well. We looked at companies just here in Vancouver, very local companies, great companies that make these eco-friendly K-Cups. And as for Keurig, they have a system where you essentially pitch your product to them and you get it integrated with them. And we don't think that's much of a big problem because we know a lot of local coffee and local tea companies that have been able to get it done. So I don't think it's going to, the barrier of entry to Keurig is not very high.
Okay. All right. So I'm not sure if I'm going to agree with the barrier of entry will not be so high, but I'm glad that you're looking into that and willing to say, let me just go ahead and say hi, because, you know, that's part of what Vic said about being fearless as you guys are young, fantastic entrepreneurs trying to get out there. So I appreciate that. Thanks very much, guys.
Thank you.
Hi, team. Nice work. I really like the presentation, the slogan and logos that you put together, and the fact that you develop personas as well for your target customer. If you can go back to your slide that lists some of the, notice that you've got your expenses listed as fairly flat throughout the entire time. I'm curious why you think that to be the case and what assumptions would have to hold true for you to have your salaries and your expenses relatively flat over the 3-year period, 4-year period.
We actually were trying to give a lowball estimate because as you said, if we pick up traction very fast, we want to increase how much money we spend in the advertising department. So those numbers were flat just to make it easier to see the growth. As you can see, they're relatively flat and they only go up by around $500, $600, $700 a year. But if we gain traction very fast, we're looking to push that $2,000, $4,000, $5,000 because we're making enough net profit where we can invest that put that back into the company to get more advertisement.
Yeah, you can also see on the top line there, we have costs constantly growing. So we have accounted for the cost of goods sold in every, and the cost of any fulfilled by Amazon orders. And we have done all of that costing into the first cost line. So that line is going up at a pretty fast pace. But for as for salaries and expenses, we were trying to make that a higher rate in the first year because advertising, we want to gain traction in the first year. And as we go along, we're going to tone down that advertising as it becomes a more mainstream product, right? Like if you look at coffee products right now, nobody needs to advertise coffee products because there's a huge market for it anyways. And regardless of whether you put it on a bus stop sign, people are going to buy coffee. So we're hoping that as the years go along, the money's going to be, we can keep advertising relatively constant.
All right, thank you.
All right. And I think, like if we have another question, we'd be really happy to take it. Otherwise, thank you guys all for your time. And once again, another thank you to Nirad, our mentor. You've been a great help.
So on that note, great presentation, Team CHC. Great job. Congratulations. We will now move on to the next team, which is Team 4. And Team 4 is Life Lessons. Their business idea is also named Life Lessons. And the team members are Ishan Leung, Henry Ekbyer, Chloe Seol, and Viraj Bajaj. And their mentor is Gaurav Jain. So Team Life Lessons, if you'd like to come forward and set up your presentation, good luck. So Ishan, are you there?
Yeah, he's sharing his screen there.
Here he is.
Perfect. Ishan, I can see your screen and I don't see your video yet.
Is everyone able to see and hear me?
We can hear you. I don't see you.
Oh.
There you are.
Is everyone ready?
Yep.
Yeah, take it away.
All right.
All right, good luck, team.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. We are Life Lessons, and we say that learn the skills that will propel you to success.
Okay, next slide. Okay, so our team, so we have Ishan Leung, who's the team leader, product design and ideation. We have Pranav Rajan, who's the team member, competitor analysis, and also myself, who is the customer pain point researcher and internal analysis. And we also, Henry and Chloe have not been or have not shown to many of the meetings, so we couldn't really add them. So this is just some, next slide. So this is just some background info on what our product is, which is Life Lessons. So we are a service that provides engaging lessons on not academic subjects, but life skills. We teach young people what they need to ease the transition from being a teenager to adulthood. And we also use engaging mediums such as videos, quizzes, and live interactive sessions. We also create a set of online tools to help educate our target audience. And our problem. So today, young people are lacking many soft skills and life lessons to help them in their early adulthood. And they also don't have time after school or during to find someone to help them with any area that they need help with. And our target audience. So our target audience is mainly students grades 7 to 12 who are only learning academic subjects. So the life lessons will help them get ready for the real world because it doesn't focus on academic subjects and it mostly focuses on life lessons that will help them.
When it comes to the value proposition, we have ruled out three different types of people: our brand, the competitors, as well as the customer's experience. So the similarity between our brand, which is Life Lessons, and tutoring services, our competitors, we are both offering the same thing. However, they're kind of different. And customer experiences have a very specific niche that they have to kind of follow, such as having specific needs and having having a basic platform in order to learn. And they're going to need a specific way to learn, such as having a video lesson or having online person-to-person lesson. And our product would like to offer online teaching as well as video lessons in order to have customers follow and kind of use it properly and learn both ways. And tutoring services are kind of different as they are more graded, or they have more of a grading system, whereas our product has more of a progress system. Next slide, please.
All right, so here's our product overview. So first, we'll be having our main videos, which we were initially planning on pricing for $5 per video and 3 videos in a course, and they would be pre-recorded. Then we'd have our Zoom sessions, which are roughly $10 a session, or $25 for a course. And the course would have 3 sessions. The live sessions will be posted on Zoom with multiple sessions per topic, and we would have tutors to help teach activities and lessons. There would be accompanying quizzes to test comprehension. Then we did customer validation. So we surveyed in our community, and we found 40% of the people said they'd be willing to use our product, but it was price dependent. 10% said no, and 50% said yes. And then when we asked the people how much they'd be willing to spend for a pre-recorded video, these are all people who said price dependent. They were in the range between $3 and $7. And for Zoom sessions, they were in the range between 6 and 10. Then we tried to do some iteration. We conducted surveys to garner interest on our product, and we interviewed in our local community, and we asked for feedback and product suggestions, and we got amazing results. We got some suggestions such as subscriptions or tier lock courses, premium, don't giving all the videos right away, or possibly giving the videos for free and the Zoom sessions costing money. So we decided to implement these ideas. First, let's go over our marketing strategies. All right, so for our marketing strategies, we're going to be posting ads on Instagram and ads on Facebook and as well as YouTube, and we're thinking of sponsoring YouTubers. And we'll talk to the people in our local community and try to spread awareness of our product. We're also going to work with school boards to teach students to garner interest in our program. Then we're going to be having some live Q&A for the video, so users can ask questions. We'll answer them in detail, like a comment section. We will also have live Q&A sessions in our presentation to create a deep understanding so our users are getting what they paid for, and they'll be able to completely understand the topic. We'll also have a comment section where we can also answer in detail in case anyone has questions that came after the presentation. Then we're also having My Life lessons, where users can upload their own lessons for other users, and there'll be an open forum, and the information will be verified by us. And lessons that are going to be taught.
Okay, so some of these lessons include financial management, more knowledgeable when making a purchase, which is instead of getting ripped off as a consumer, you spend more time getting to know that product and comparing it to other similar products. Assertiveness and equanimity or self-control, which is the skill that you need to stand up for yourself and other people. And there is self-awareness and empathy, resilience to cope with problems, which gives you the ability to recover from setbacks and treat them as opportunities to learn or simply experiences. There is how to prepare meals, public speaking, critical thinking and problem solving, stress management, which will help you be more productive and happier. And the goal is to have a balanced life with time for work, relationships, and fun. And there are also navigational skills, which includes the ability to read bus, train, or flight schedules and timetables.
So we're going to be having some subscriptions. First, we'll have a basic membership, which consists of some basic tier videos, and it'll be $20 a month or $220 a year. So you're paying for 11 months. And we'll also have a free trial of premium, where you get for 3 days you get access to the premium tier videos, and with premium you get premium tier videos, access to purchase the Zoom sessions. It'll be $25 a month and $300 a year, so you get $50 off for 10 months instead of 12 months. How we're going to be doing this is the videos will be free with the membership, and the Zoom sessions which will be basically what people want, which will be tier locked. So here's our revenue streams. Our basic subscription, which will give access to our basic videos, and it'll be monthly and annual renewing. We'll have a premium subscription. We'll have access to our premium videos, as I already stated, option to buy Zoom sessions, and it'll renew monthly and annually. So that's our second stream. The third stream will be community engagement, where we will be working with school boards to teach classes. They'll be paying us.
Okay, so some of our strengths include that this product offers online person-to-person classes and video classes as well. And the opportunities can draw in different types of customers, connections, and numerical. Some weaknesses include the pricing and subscriptions, which could be a little reworked. And the threats include buggy systems, possible misinformation spreaders, and people who abuse the system.
When it comes to life lessons as a business, we are going to have many competitors such as Khan Academy or Skillshare or Masterclass. We're going to need to differ from our competition in order to attract customers. Next slide, please. There are quite a few aspects of these three companies that kind of attract their customers. However, sometimes those aspects aren't always the way to go, such as Khan Academy only offering learning through videos and questions. Those can only teach certain people up to a certain point. Skillshare has a few problems when it comes to teaching their methods. No, their teaching methods, because it could have anybody teaching a class regardless of their experience in the subject. Skillshare also is rather finicky when it comes to their premium options, since they aren't exactly forward when it comes to their cost of payments. And Masterclass, like Khan Academy, also only offers video classes. Okay, from these three businesses, I think that some improvements can be made by offering video classes or being a lot more forward and giving more notifications about their premium systems. And next slide, please. For the product market fit, I would say that grades 7 to 12 would, and the school boards would definitely benefit from video and interactive courses, as grades 7 to 12 would easily learn from the classes and have more information from the subject. School boards would be allowed to they would be allowed to like market it more towards their students. However, parents would not be able to use interactive courses. And when it comes to subscriptions, parents and school boards do benefit. However, only a select few of grades 7 to 12 can, whether they're able to pay for it or not. And for my life lessons, grades 7 to 12, the average demographic, they would fit from it because they can share each other's life lessons. However, because parents aren't exactly using the My Life lessons, or neither are school boards, they aren't exactly using it, so it would not be as useful to them. Next slide.
Okay, so why life lessons will be successful? Life lessons will be successful because there is a market for the specific product. This is a product with something people in the future will need, and schools mainly teach academic subjects, but life lessons teaches real life skills that help you when you get older.
Thank you. Any questions?
I'll start off this time. Good job, team.
It was 12 minutes, by the way. Thank you.
Congratulations on completing your presentation. I don't say it lightly because it took you 6 months to get here. So it was a lot of hard work, and it is a huge congrats to you. Overarching, I really like the idea and the theme of what you're trying to do here. So many times in life, we learn lessons the hard way, right? Which is we fall down, we make the mistake, and then, rinse and repeat sometimes, right? Wouldn't it be nice to hear some of this in advance? So I do really like the concept of it. And I think you'd probably have a lot of uptake in people willing to share some of their life lessons because they also too want to help others not to make the same mistakes. So I really appreciate that. In fact, one of the companies we set up is actually doing just that for businesses. So I can definitely feel that connection there. I really also like the idea of my life lessons. So hearing from your peers, whether you're grade 7 to grade 12, what is my life lesson? And a lot of us go through so many things in life and we don't really actually know what is going on. So this would be absolutely incredible. I do really like a lot of the pieces. I think there is a lot of pieces that still need to get the details fleshed out as you went through your presentation. So I don't fully understand, your cost and understanding. I think you could probably also work with some of these other places like Khan Academy and say, hey, why don't you send customers over this way for this piece of the puzzle, and we'll fire them back to you for your side of the puzzle. So that allows you to not have a competitor or somebody in that space, but allows you to work together and collaborate, with somebody who already has a really large base. So today, for you guys, it's just more comments versus anything else. But I really like the idea behind this whole process. I think it's fantastic. Thank you, guys.
Welcome.
Okay. I think I echo what Rita commented earlier, and so thank you for that, Rita. I'm not going to repeat it, what she said, but my question is for you. Have you spoken to parents whether they are willing to pay for the subscriptions, and what did they say?
Yeah, I have. I canvassed my school community and talked to like some of the parents that are roughly that have kids that are my age, and they said they were really interested in the idea because a lot of them wish they had it growing up. So like they just had to like learn the lessons themselves, or their parents just taught them, but they didn't learn it in school. They mostly learned it in university, post-secondary, especially when they're starting their first job, as they gotta like learn to manage their time, learn to cook, or if they're still in university, learn to still be able to study. And yeah, a lot of them, they were really interested in the idea. And actually, our initial idea, when we pitched to them, they said the cost structure was a bit like confusing, so we decided to adapt that to make it more simple.
Hi, team. I'll jump in here. Good job with your presentation, and certainly life lessons is something that all of us benefit from, regardless of the age that we're in. So certainly, as you're starting off in life, you certainly have a lot of questions, and hopefully you can get help to help answer them. But we're all also at the point where we're also still seeking life lessons. So there clearly is a need for something like this. And one of the thoughts that I'll leave you to consider is your target market right now of high school students. You know them really well, right? You are in that target market, so you know what are some of the kinds of skills that you all would need. One of the things for you to think about is, because your target market is so price sensitive and your price has lots of elasticity, where if you increase the price of your product, your demand is going to go down based on the surveys that you presented. Think about how you may wish to expand to other target markets as well, and then compare it with some of the examples that you had shared. So you had Masterclass and others. What is the unique gap that exists between Masterclass, between Khan Academy, and how can you help fill that gap for a broader target market as well, and start off with some very specific areas to segment into, because that'll give you a wedge to drive to provide some differentiation and be able to have a less price sensitive cost structure and customers. That's one thing that I'll leave you to consider. The other point was just around your pricing and your tiers. I think as a SaaS model, it makes sense for you to have multiple tiers of pricing. Where it got a little confusing was some of the other options that you had to add on Zoom sessions. Earlier in your presentation, you said there was a $10 charge for a Zoom session and a $5 charge for videos. And then you presented a tiered pricing where videos were included. It was a bit confusing to understand, what am I actually getting and what would I actually be paying for that. So think about that and how you might be able to simplify that. And finally, I had a question for you. You mentioned a few different courses on one of the slides. I'm curious, how did you come up with those being the types of courses that would be representative for your target audience and the kinds of life skills that they would want to gain?
Well, some of those actually came from personal experience. Like last year, recently, me and my brother had to take the bus, so we had to learn how to like read the bus schedule in order to get to school. As well as my brother just went to university, so he's having trouble like managing his time between his studying, going out with his friends, and then also being able to cook because he doesn't always want to eat out. And learning how to manage his finances so he doesn't like accrue some debt or some like a lot of word? A lot of like a higher percentage rate on his credit score with his credit card. Yeah, so I've actually talked to my brother, and he gave me some of the information or lessons that he wished he learned.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Nice work.
Thank you.
Any more questions?
Okay, so if there are no further questions, we're going to say thank you very much, Life Lessons. That was a great presentation. Great job. Congratulations to you. We're going to now move on to our last team. So we have Team M Cubed, and their business idea is Ground Up. We have team members Michaela Dye, Mackenzie Dye, and Muskan Verk, and their mentor is Dwani Patel. So Team M Cubed, if you'd like to come forward and start your presentation, good luck to you.
All right, I'm just gonna share the slides.
And just before we start, I just want to make sure everyone can hear me.
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay, great. Can you all hear me?
Yeah, Michaela, we can hear you just fine.
Perfect.
Let me know when you're ready.
All right. Good morning, judges. We are Ground Up, and we are creating a new generation of sustainability, one meal and one adventure at a time. I will now introduce the Ground Up team composed of Mackenzie Dye, Muskan Verk, and myself, Michaela Dye. My brother Mackenzie and I are both accustomed to backpacking trips, and Muskan just came back from an overnight kayaking trip. And one thing that stood out to all of us was the cheerless condition of the food. As a vegetarian, it is hard for me to find affordable, dehydrated backpacking foods that cater to my specific diet. But overall, one thing that we all have in common is our experience with ready-to-eat dehydrated meals. I will now pass it to Mackenzie to explain the problem.
Okay, so we have two problems here. So number one is instant meals. So the instant meals currently on the market have a few problems. Number one, they're really expensive. Most meals out there cost about $20 to $30. Number two, they're unsustainable. It always has a net drain on the environment, whether it's the packaging or the food itself. Three, there's a lack of variety for dietary preferences. For example, most baking companies don't have options for keto, vegan, paleo, or vegetarian. Fourth, they're non-nutritious. Each meal can actually max out your daily salt intake, and they also have a tablespoon of sugar, which is quite a lot. The second problem is food waste. So what is food waste? Food waste refers to food that is fit for consumption, but is consciously discarded. As you can see from the following slides, food waste is a real and pressing problem. 1/3 of food produced is thrown away and discarded. This amount of food, which actually weighs about 190 million elephants, can feed up to 3 billion people every year. So that's close to half the world's population. That food is thrown away and wasted. So our teams looked at these two problems and combined both of them, creating a unique solution. So this is a statement that outlines most of our missions: providing nutritious, instant meals that combat food waste, building a more sustainable world from the ground up. How do we solve these problems? Let's look at our product.
All right. So can you move to the next slide, please? Thank you. Here is our example menu. And as you can see, even though we are starting very small, we are providing meals to everybody with different diets and allergies and in different walks of life. Our simple meal basis can support varying additions of vegetables that we have on hand. And don't worry about your allergies because you can find the ingredients listed on our website. All you have to do as a customer is to tear the top of the pouch, take out the preserving packet, pour in hot water, close, wait, open, eat, and enjoy the tasty and nourishing meal in the beauty of nature or in the comfort of a college dorm. What can scream convenience more than just adding water? For our part as a producer, we'll be buying bulk, unwanted produce and partnering up with the restaurants and redeeming their uneaten foods at the end of the day. We will then cook or assemble the recipes into healthy meals, dehydrate and package them, and then ship them off to our customers. Because backpackers are obligated to keep their food bags with them throughout the whole hike and not litter, through our recycling program, we will retrieve their used and washed food packages on their next purchase and recycle them. This will also be an option for any other customers.
All right, now I'll talk about the customer impact. So we have two ideal profiles here. This is important to note that these are not actually the target market, but it's just specific examples. These are general examples only. So for example, we have Intrepid Isaac here. This person is extremely outdoorsy and can be always found camping or backpacking. He loves nature and fights to preserve it. He cares about his own body, being a proud vegan for many years. Also, we have Studious Sally. This person is a college student and is constantly found studying and stressing about her reports. She cares about the environment and is concerned about the future of the earth. Due to her amount of schoolwork, she needs a quick meal that she can make and eat in a few minutes. She also prefers affordable meals because she's a bit tight on money. So these are specific examples, but listed here are general reasons why people would actually use our product. For example, people who have dietary restrictions, people who are looking to nourish their body, people who care about the earth, and people who have low incomes. Because we purchase these unwanted food, they come at much lower prices, which allows us to lower our price point. We even presented this to a group of 30 people, and it was well received and encouraged. So there is a market for this kind of product. Furthermore, the market size for this is quite large. At least 1 out of 7 Canadians have participated in outdoor activity. Also, 46% of each Canadian's energy is actually derived from instant food, just like our product. So the market size for this product then is quite large and has much potential.
Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about our marketing strategy and how we as a company will market to our specific target market. Next slide, please. So as a team of young entrepreneurs, we've decided that in order to target our market of younger consumers who consume instant meals, we must focus on online marketing. The 4 main forms that are shown on the screen that we'll be focusing on are partnering with YouTubers, social media influencers, as well as Facebook and blog website ads. We'll also be looking to partner with a variety of influencers such as Ben Klininski, who is a TikToker based in Vancouver, who creates adventurous videos of his hiking and outdoor excursions. We'd be able to target our market of outdoorsy adventurers through Ben, and we'd be able to target our other half of our market through Lindsay Ann, who is a growing YouTuber who makes college videos for her peers. These are just 2 people that we'd love the pleasure of working with. And in order to spread the word about our company and our goals of creating a sustainable living from the ground up. Another aspect of marketing would be our online website created by Mackenzie. We'd love to work directly with our customers, and we'd be able to do that by selling our products through our websites, as well as shipping conveniently to our customers' doors, just like other popular meal services such as HelloFresh and Blue Apron. I'll now pass it over to Michaela to speak a little bit more about our financial plans.
Thank you, Ms. Scan. I will now explain our financials. I have found and contacted a couple of grocery stores who do sell their deformed, unwanted, but perfectly edible produce at a discount of up to 80%. Calculating the cost of each meal, electricity, discounted rescued produce, and shelf life of dehydration, we are able to put out ground-up meals at an affordable price. We will also be dehydrating our food in the warehouses of other companies or businesses that specialize in dehydrated foods, saving us from all the hassle and money required to run your own dehydrating facility. A little research and I came up with an estimated cost of making 1,000 meals a day, including energy and rent. As you can see in this slide, ground-up dehydrated meals can be up to half the price of the competition because of our versatile meal basis and use of discounted deformed produce. And even though the shipping will depend on how much and what the customer buys, the cost of the product is still significantly more affordable. Here we have a comparison of different brands against ground-up dehydrated meals. Our standards that we judged them on were their nourishment, portability, convenience, environment friendliness, and affordable prices. As you can see, ground-up dehydrated meals hits every single quality, while the competition is only hitting 1 or 2 out of the 5. In the first year, we are aiming to produce at least 5,000 dehydrated meals and sell them. This will cost about an estimation of $1,500 to manufacture. But keep in mind, this is not included unexpected emergency scenarios. If the warehouses we are manufacturing in does not have storage for us to store our product, we will have to add additional costs to ship our dehydrated meals to our own personal storage, making the whole process cost around $15,000. 14 to 18% will be for fixed costs, including salaries, utilities, insurance, and energy, etc.
Thank you, Michaela. So just before I bring this presentation to a close, I'd like to revisit our company's values because they are a key differentiating aspect between us and our competitors. Providing nutritious meals to fuel adventures while saving the planet one bite at a time. As a company, we want to make a difference, not only in the lives of our consumers, through our flavor-packed, nutritious instant meals that cater to a different dietary restrictions, but we'd also like to impact our environment by repurposing healthy, edible food waste into long-lasting instant meals. I'd like to thank you on behalf of Michaela, Mackenzie, and I for taking your time to listen to our presentation today. We hope that you will join us in creating a new generation of sustainable meals from the ground up. We'll now open the floor to any questions.
Good job, team. Exactly 10 minutes. You must have really rehearsed this. Well done.
Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Judges, if you have any questions, the floor is now open.
I'll start us off. Great job. I really sense that you rehearsed quite a bit. And also, I'm a fan. Just the concept of it, just listening to you, I'm sold on. So I think you really did, you nailed it. You looked at the problem not just in the business perspective, but also the planet as well. And you cover some of the elements that I thought it's really amazing that you back it up with research, sound research, and what is happening in the world. So not so much of a question, but so much of a comment that this product and the way that you have put it together, I thought it's very, very viable. I, for one, definitely, I'm a fan. So thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
So much.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions?
I'll go ahead. I really like the flow of your presentation. I like the concept and the overarching understanding, the industry research. You know, there's a concern, there's a few things that you're taking a look at. Just curious to understand, why did you pick dehydration versus any other potential option as a first question?
I go ahead, Michaela, you can take the question.
Okay, thank you. So there is another option of deep freezing, or I think it's deep freezing, but it will take more energy to accomplish the same dehydration process.
And also just to add on to that, to answer your question, Rita, is that originally when we did have the original concept of our idea, we were mainly focusing on targeting the outdoorsy, like backpacker market. But then we were able to pivot, and that's why we did choose dehydrating at the start, but we were able to pivot to include a bigger target market of everyday people who just want an instant meal. So that's why we do have dehydrating as our first option, as well as what Michaela said.
Great, great. So I just want to also understand the focus of your business. So you're not manufacturing, you're not distribution, You're not the production side of things. So your business is focused specifically on being able to access the food that is being wasted, and so you'll be focusing on getting those customers, or which is the restaurants and everything else. Maybe explain that a little bit more. And then the end B2B sales, right? Or who are you selling to?
Yes, I can take that question. So basically our plan is to, as we've mentioned in our presentation, is to take unwanted food waste, which is completely still edible. And then from there, that would be like our first step, is working with customers such as like grocery stores and other restaurants. And then from there, because we are a young business, originally we will be planning to dehydrate the meals in another warehouse that does not belong to us. But in the future, our goal is to have our own facility. And then after our products are dehydrated, purchasing products from customers purchasing products will be through us, through our website, but distribution will be happening through other people's warehouses. So working with customers directly is what we'd like to do, and that's why those two parts, working with our markets, will be through us.
Got it. So I think it's really, really important to make sure you clarify which business you're in. The food industry, I work quite heavily in it. So some of the things that you also need to make sure you're really working carefully on is all your HACCP plans, your traceability programs, food safety, and that is ongoing, ever changing. Hence why you may wish to consider outsourcing that whole piece of the puzzle, which is why I was asking clarification, which business are you actually in? But I definitely agree in the understanding there is a lot of food waste, ugly vegetables or such that are out there that are perfectly fine. They just look ugly. You can actually also talk to the local farmers as well. It'd be nice to be able to help them too. So thanks guys. I think your market may be a little bit bigger than you're considering. And I think that there would be a lot of people that would probably want to work together with you. So your sales could actually also be with people like MEC or other people that have the same value system as yourself. So good job. Thanks, guys.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, Ali, I think you're on mute. I can see you talking.
I thought I'd unmuted. Thanks for that. I really hate talking to myself. So so I was just saying, good job, team. I really like the mission and values that you've put forward and reiterated at the end. And you're building a product that not only targets your mission and values as a company, but also what your end customers value. And that goes a long way towards building a product that customers are excited about and want to actually pay for. And at the same time, you're doing good as well. One question that I had was around, and you did a good job in your competitive analysis as well, but one question I had was, at a high level, what are some of the risks that you see with this business as you start to implement it and go forward?
I think a lot of the risks will be around the dehydration process and the food and buying the food, because it will kind of be an unstable a resource, and it won't always be the same foods we will be producing because of the unwanted produce and its variety that we will be getting. And also because the dehydration process, there's a lot of confusion for myself around it, but I've done as much research as I could and I put it out there. But there is still some bit of research I could be doing, but I think we have to approach it with caution. Okay.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that. I think you've done some good research there. Yeah, certainly on the raw materials input side, you may have some variability there. So that may impact at the end of the day what your ability to deliver to your customers might be. But it's a good idea. So thanks for sharing it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We have anyone else, any of the judges comment or make any further, or have any further questions for Team Ground Up?
Ami, thank you for the feedback. Any other questions, team or mentors or judges? All right. What we're gonna do is take maybe a 2-minute break. We're gonna calculate the results and announce the winner.
Yes, very exciting.
Super exciting, absolutely.
Michaela, before you leave, I have to say and comment, you have such a lovely tonal pitch that you in about 5 years will be ready to tackle, I think, Mark Cuban and Kevin O'Leary.
Yeah.
You have a lovely stage presence.
Thank you.
Hi, He-Man, and I want to take the time for the 2 minutes to entertain everybody.
Yes.
Start off with thanking the judges. What amazing, amazing feedback. Really constructive, very, very on point to be empowering and right in line with our mandate. So thank you, judges, for what exceptional feedback. It's so hard to pick a winner. So I want to talk about the process of what's next. And the idea of this being over is bittersweet. It really is. We want to recognize that it's not fully over for all the kids, including the teams that have not won today. I really want to speak to you and tell you that it's not over. This is just a start of entrepreneurship. And this is also now the start of us to rally around our winner. And all the kids, we want to welcome you back to at least 1 or 2 more sessions in the next month. Because what's next now is our Vancouver winner is going to get further coached, further mentored, to compete in the global competition. And the global competition will take place over 2 days, June 24th and 25th. It's going to be virtual again. And what it will be is there will be 2 rounds. So the first round will be 32 cities across the world competing, and they will submit a recorded 10-minute presentation. But the Q&A will be live. And the idea there is not to have technical issues, logistic issues of the gaps between presenters. So that's why it's kind of recorded. But the Q&A is important to be live, and that will be live. And then the winners of the 32 will go down to 8. So then there will be 8 teams that then will present on day 2 of the competition, and that will be live. So then no longer a recorded presentation. So now you'll do a live presentation just like you did today. And then out of those 8, the global winner will be announced. In our track record in Vancouver, we are the most winning team in the last 10 years. So in the last 10 years, Vancouver has won 3 times the global competition, which is really cool. And we hosted the global competition back before pandemic times in 2014. We had it here at Science World. So it's a big thing. This year, the host chapter is Dallas, but they're hosting it virtually. But what that means is they're providing all the logistics and the judges and everything else for the competition. It's also important to understand that the competition judges, our judges, and the global judges have not been part of the program. So they don't know the ideas. They don't know everything. They're coming at this, cold. So that's kind of nice to know that it's also very impartial, and it's really about, the making the hard choice, because there's so many winners here. I wanted to just reflect on, the takeaway here is learning experience, and being fearless. But there's also, a certain joy that we do take as Vancouver to have won 3 times. So we do look forward to the global competition. Thanks, you man.
All right, thanks, Vic. We're just chatting in the background here. All right, so this is what Vic was referring to. So thank you for that, Vic. And so, yeah, it was a very close competition. Yeah, so I have the winner here, which Simi, can you do the honor of announcing the winner?
Absolutely. And I just would like to say it has been a pleasure working with all of the teams. There was a lot of background that went on and a lot of questions that came through. And I know this wasn't an easy journey for some of you, and all of you put your heart and soul into this to getting here today. And as Heman and Vic have both said, it's been a difficult competition, and it's been not so easy picking the winners, and you all did a fabulous job. But we have one team that will be moving on to the global competition. And I have the pleasure of announcing Team Ground Up as the winner that will be moving forward. So congratulations to you.
All right.
So Michaela, Mackenzie, and Muskan, you guys did a wonderful job. Congratulations to the three of you. And I reiterate my original sentiment for you, Michaela. Great stage presence. I know you practiced a lot, and there were some tips that went back and forth there. So amazing job. I'm really, really, really excited for you, and I'm just grinning ear to ear. I'm really happy to see you moving forward.
Thank you so much.
So take this to the next level. You now have a month from now to the global competition, which I believe is June 24th and 25th. Of this year. So you have a lot of time to tweak this and make it your own and take it to the next level, which I think you guys will do very, very well with Dwani by your side as well.
Congratulations, Dwani, as well. Thank you so much for all the effort that you put into the team. Yeah, so without any further delays, I just want to say thank you again, everyone, for joining us. I will be reaching out to all the mentors and judges again. So we're going to schedule you all on time for next year. But we're really looking forward to working with the winning team. And I just want to reiterate, just like Vic said and everyone said, everyone here is a winner. It was a very close competition. And I think all of you brought your A game. Everyone who presented today did a wonderful job. So you guys should be very proud of yourselves. I did not do this in grade 11. I did not do this in grade 12. This program will add so much to your experiences in life. One thing I wanted to share with you all was, I had a friend who approached me to do a startup, and I'm working with him as we speak. And it is so hard getting introduced at this age to a different company. You are in a place right now where you can knock on any door, and if they do not answer it, they are going to be characterized as someone who's not fostering young entrepreneurship. Do you know what I mean? Like you are in that place right now. I'm knocking on so many doors asking for introductions, and I'm having a very hard time. You guys have a leg up. Make the most of it. All right. Congratulations, team. Thank you very much. The YouTube link that you'll see, we will condense it a little bit, but you're welcome to share that with anyone as well. Your presentation will be available there. For the winning team, we're going to coordinate a time where we can reconnect, record your presentation, so that we can submit it to the global competition. All right. Any comments? Anything else? Thank you, judges.
I just want to say, congratulations to all the teams. This was a very long, hard journey for all of us. And I just want to say, it's amazing that we all made it this far. So, and your presentations were all amazing. So congratulations.
Wow. Thanks, Muskan. Well done, guys.
Thank you, everyone. It was amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nira. Thank you, Archana.
Thanks.
So
Take
we
care.
look
Thanks,
forward
Andy.
to seeing all of the judges and mentors again next year. I'm really excited to be a part of the team. So you'll see me again coordinating in the background. And I do hope to connect with some of you in person over the course of the summer again.
Yeah.
The people that we didn't have the chance to meet. So very much looking forward to that.
Thank you, Rita. Thank you,
Thanks,
Ali.
Andy. Take care.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, guys. Congratulations.
Yeah, great job. So Hemant, are you gonna stay on for a few minutes? And Vic, I think I can
Yeah,
hang.
let me just turn off the YouTube here.